Hey everyone, Shunka here. It's been a while and I'm happy to see y'all again. Today I'll be going down the upcoming anime for winter 2018. And again everyone, I'm so sorry for being so inactive. Been busy with lots of real life things like school and stuff. But I'm really trying my best to get back into making videos. I swear, I'm trying my best. But things have just been somewhat overwhelming. Right now things have settled down a bit and I can start making more videos more frequently, most likely every week. That's my real intention at the moment. So hopefully you guys will stick around and keep watching my videos. If you can see me now, my head will be 2 feet in the ground right now, my knees on the floor, my arms on the floor. To show how sorry I am for neglecting all of you and the channel in general. Anyways, enough of that. You can take what you want out of it. Going to cut the intro right here and get started with the video. To start off strong, we have Nanatsu no Taizai, Imashime no Fukkatsu, or the 7 Deadly Sins, Revival of the Commandments. After 3 years since the first season, we are finally getting a second this year. It will be a direct sequel since the first season and will continue the story of Meliodas, Elizabeth, Hawk, and the rest of the members of the 7 Deadly Sins, as the remaining ones are being found. The opening theme song will be a collaboration between Flo and Grand Rodeo, entitled Howling, and made by A1 Pictures. This new season will start airing on January 6th. Additionally, it was revealed that a movie will premiere sometime in summer 2018, but not much has been revealed about it as of yet. Sora yori mo Tooi Basho, or a place further than the universe. Howling at 40 degrees, going mad at 50 degrees, screaming at 60 degrees to the primordial lands beyond the great oceans, at the edge of the earth, far removed from human civilization. This is the story of 4 girls who travel to the Antarctic, further even than outer space. Not really actually. And made by Madhouse, this starts airing on January 2nd. Ramen Daisuki Koizumi-san, or Koizumi loves ramen. Koizumi is a mysterious and attractive high school student, but what most people don't know about her is that she's a ramen master who is always on the lookout for great ramen restaurants. Every day she goes hunting for real life places serving the best ramen dishes and enjoys eating them. And made by Studio Gokumi and Axizu, this starts airing on January 4th. Yuru Camp. Rin likes to go camping by herself along the lakes that provide a scenic view of Mount Fuji. Nadeshiko loves to take cycling trips by herself to places where she can see Mount Fuji as well. After they meet, Rin and Nadeshiko take camping trips, eat cup ramen together, and enjoy the scenery. And made by Sea Station, this starts airing on January 4th. Toji no Miko. Since ancient times, shrine maidens who wield swords have been exercising aratama, strange existences that threaten the human world. These young women who wear school uniforms and swords are called Toji, and they serve as an official unit within the police force as a special religious service police squad. The government lets these girls wear swords and serve as government officials, and even set up schools for girls to attend. And made by Studio Gokumi, this airs on January 5th. Ito Junji Collection is a collection of works of one of the most famous Japanese horror manga artists, Junji Ito, in anime form. This will be a compilation series where each episode will have a different protagonist. And made by Studio D, and this starts airing on January 5th. Grancrest Senki. On a continent ruled by chaos, the lords have the power of a holy seal that can calm the chaos and protect the people. However, before anyone realizes it, the rulers cast aside the creed of purifying the chaos and instead start to fight each other for others' holy seals to gain dominion over one another. Shiruka, an isolated mage who scorns the lords for abandoning their creed, and a wandering knight named Dio, who is on a journey to train to one day liberate his hometown, make an everlasting oath to work together to reform this continent dominated by wars and chaos. And made by A1 Pictures, this airs on January 6th. Sanrio Danshi. The project's premise follows Kota Kasagawa, a high school boy that loves the yellow pom-pom pudding dog. By mere coincidence, he ends up attending the same school as Yu Mizuno, a boy who likes the bunny My Melody. Yu tells Kota that there's nothing to be ashamed of for liking Sanrio's cute characters. Together, these 2 boys, along with a few others, learn to accept their love of cute characters instead of feeling embarrassed. And made by Studio Pierrot, this starts airing on January 6th. Citrus. Fashionable Yuzu imagined the first day at her new school she transferred to after her mother's remarriage a bit differently. She didn't know it'd be an ultra strict and conservative girls' school, so instead of a sweet high school romance, she gets into a conflict with student council president Mei, who turns out to be her new stepsister. And she has to learn that hate and attraction are often not that far apart. Yes, this is shoujo ai, pretty much yuri, so it might be for you, it might not be. And made by Passionate, this starts airing on January 6th. Slow start. Hana Ichinose is a normal 16-year-old high school student. However, there is something different about her. She enrolled in high school 1 year late. Her classmates are unaware of this, and Hana will have to work hard to catch up with everyone else. And made by A1 Pictures, this airs on January 7th. Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card-hen, or Clear Card Arc. After almost 20 years, we get a new Cardcaptor Sakura anime. You might have caught a glimpse of it in the prologue OVA released in September, but this will be a full 26 episode series adapting the manga of the same name. The story centers yet again around 14-year-old Sakura, who starts junior high school along with her friends, including Shaoran, who had just returned to Tomoeda. After having a dream with a mysterious cloaked figure, all of Sakura's cards turn blank and are rendered powerless. Thus, she starts her quest to find out what is wrong. In doing so, Sakura and her allies discover and capture new transparent cards using a new key, animated yet again by Madhouse. This starts airing on January 7th. Idolish 7. Working at an agency owned by a father 7 idols await. They are all part of an idol unit, and each of them have unique personalities. And made by Troika, this starts airing on January 7th. Mitsuboshi Colors. The Colors are 3 cute little girls who hang out together and say they're protecting the peace of their city. They have lots of fun together, doing stuff like playing games, solving puzzles, and going to the zoo. This series follows their largely happy daily life. Anime by Silverlink, this starts airing on January 7th. Gakuen Babysitters. After their parents are killed in a plane crash, Ryuichi and his younger brother Kotaro are taken in by the chairman, who they never met before, of an elite academy. Ryuichi becomes the school daycare's new babysitter. Anime by Brainspace, this starts airing on January 7th. Zoku, Touken Ranbu, Hanamaru is a sequel of Touken Ranbu Hanamaru, and made by Dogokobo. This starts airing on January 8th. Kokoku. Judy Yukawa lives with her neat father and brother, her retired grandfather, her sister who is a single mother, and her young nephew. One day, her nephew and brother are kidnapped for ransom. Having only 30 minutes to meet the demands of the kidnappers, Judy, who realizes there's not enough time to prepare the money, decides to head for their rescue by herself with knife in hand when her grandfather uses a mysterious stone passed on in the Yukawa family to stop time. Anime by Geno Studio. This starts airing on January 8th. Nijugo no Joshikose. The romance story centers around Hana Natori, an earnest and good-natured 25-year-old woman whose cousin refuses to go to high school. Hana takes her cousin's place and attends to high school. On her first day though, Hana's ruse is discovered by her former high school classmate, Okito Kani, who happens to be the high school's world history teacher. And made by Lyrics, this starts airing on January 8th. Gintama Gino Tamashii-hen, or Silver Soul arc, is the final arc of Gintama, or so they say for all we know. And made by BN Pictures, this will start airing on January 8th. Ryo no Oshigoto. The story is about a teenage boy who happens to be a shogi master. One day, a 9-year-old girl turns up at his house, announcing that he will take her as his disciple. From there, all kinds of weird mayhem occurs. And made by Project Number 9, this starts airing on January 8th. Garakai Jozu no Takagi-san. The middle schooler Nishikata gets constantly made fun of by his sweet neighbor Takagi-san. With his pride shattered to pieces, he vows to turn the tables and get back at her someday. And so he attempts to tease her day after day, only to find himself victim to Takagi-san's ridicule again sooner than later. And made by Shina Animation, this starts airing on January 8th. Basilisk, Oka Ninpocho, or Basilisk, the Oka Ninja Scrolls. The story is set 10 years after Basilisk, Koga Ninpocho, in the time 1626, which was the prequel anime series that was released in 2005. And made by 7 Arcs Pictures, this starts airing on January 9th. Yaomushi Pedal Glory Line is the 4th season of the Yaomushi Pedal series. And made by TMS Entertainment, this starts airing on January 9th. Overlord II is the 2nd season of Overlord. And made by Madhouse, this starts airing on January 9th as well. Dame Prince Anime Caravan is a TV anime adaptation of the smartphone app Dame Pri. And made by Studio Flat, this starts airing on January 10th. Violet Evergarden. A certain point in time, in the continent of Telesis, the Great War which divided the continent into North and South has ended after 4 years, and the people are welcoming a new generation. Violet Evergarden, a young girl formerly known as The Weapon, has left the battlefield to start a new life at CH Postal Service. There, she is deeply moved by the work of Auto Memories dolls, who carry people's thoughts and convert them into words. Violet begins her journey as an Auto Memories doll and comes face to face with various people's emotions and differing shapes of love, all the while searching for the meaning of those words. One of the series that I myself am looking forward to the most by one of my favorite studios. This will be animated by Kyoto Animation and start airing on January 10th.
Violet Evergarden です。Time heals the sorrows, get over no worries.
Meruhen. When the two girls meet, magic begins. Tatsuki Kagimura loves stories, an orthodox girl who is overly imaginative. Because her relationship with her new family does not go well, the environment sends her toward the stories in which she spends her days. One day at the school, Hazuki gets lost among the bookcases of the library, sending her to another world at a mysterious school where she meets Shizuka Tsuchimikado. It is a magic school where girls called Meruhen are selected by the magical texts from which the world's stories are born. Hazuki herself is said to be chosen by the Book of Cinderella. And made by Host Entertainment, this starts airing on January 11th. Desma Chikara Hajimeru Isekai Kyoso Kyoku. 29-year-old programmer Suzuki Ichiro finds himself transported into a fantasy RPG. Within the game, he's a 15-year-old named Sato. At first, he thinks he's dreaming, but his experiences seem very real. Due to a powerful ability he possesses with limited use, he ends up wiping out an army of lizard men and becomes a high-leveled adventurer. Sato decides to hide his level and plans to live peacefully and meet new people. Animated by Silverlink and Connect, this starts airing on January 11th. Koi wa ame agari no yoni, translated as love is like after the rain. Akira is an aloof and cool girl that used to be in the track club of her school. Right now she is working as a part-timer in a family restaurant next to her crush, the manager, a 45-year-old divorced man. And made by Wit Studio, this starts airing on January 12th. Miura no Kaikata, or How to Keep a Mummy. When high school student Sora Kashiwagi finds himself staring down a mysterious oversized package sent to him by a self-proclaimed adventurer father, the last thing he expects is for it to be opened from the inside by a little mummy so small it can fit in the palm of his hand. And made by 8-bit, this starts airing on January 12th. Dagashi Kashi 2 is the 2nd season of Dagashi Kashi. Unlike the first, this season will have shorter 15-minute episodes instead of 24. And made by Tezuka Productions, this starts airing on January 12th. Takunomi, 20-year-old Ichidun Amatsuki, moved to Tokyo due to a change of career. She decided to live in a woman-only share house, Stella House Haruno, with people of different age and occupations. It's always fun when there's delicious meals and alcohol. Anime by Production IMS. This starts airing on January 12th. Hakume to Mikochi, or translate as simply Hakume and Mikochi. 9 centimeters tall, the tiny girls Hakume and Mikochi, living in a tiny house in a tree, riding insects and birds, and making umbrellas out of leaves. These tiny girls live a tiny life. Follow their tiny but lovely lives as they live their day-to-day in a fantastic world of tiny people and gods. Anime by Daisuki. This starts airing on January 12th. Haki Hoshin Engi. When his clan is wiped out by a beautiful demon, young Taikobo finds himself in charge of the mysterious Hoshin project. Its mission is to find all immortals living in the human world and seal them away forever. Though there is an issue in trust when you've been trained to hunt demons by a demon. Anime by C Station. This starts airing on January 12th. Hakata Tonkotsu Ramens. In a city known as Fukuoka, crime exists in the underworld from a seemingly peaceful surface. In the Hakata ward of the city, there are various individuals with special talent that consists of professional killers, detectives, informants, and professional revenge seekers. Furthermore, according to an urban legend, an individual known as the Killer of Professional Killers has shown up in the city. Anime by Satellite. This starts airing on January 12th. Beatless. With the introduction of an ultra-advanced AI that surpasses human intelligence, beings that mankind has yet to fully comprehend made from materials far too advanced for human technology begin coming into being. Reishia, an HIE equipped with a black coffin-shaped device, is one of these. 17-year-old Arato Endo has a fateful encounter with the artificial Reishia. Many questions regarding the coexistence of these artificial beings and humans pushes Arato into making a fateful decision. Anime by Dio Media. This starts airing on January 13th. Killing Bites. People have been created that are human-animal hybrids, and powerful business bet on the outcome of their duels. College student Nomoto Yuya's casual acquaintances ask him to drive them around to pick up girls one day, which he soon finds out means by force. The girl to kidnap is an animal-human hybrid named Hitomi, who slaughters all of them except Yuya. She is a honey badger human hybrid and ends up staying with him for protection. You like animal girls? You'll probably like this. By the way, this is most likely super ecchi. And by Liden Films. This starts airing on January 13th. Gino Guardian, or the Silver Guardian Season 2 is obviously the sequel to the first season that started airing in April. And by Howliners Animation. This starts airing on January 13th. Dare in the FranXX. The story is set in the distant future. The land is ruined and humanity establishes the mobile Fort City plantation. Pilots produced inside plantation live in what is known as the birdcage. Children live there knowing nothing of the outside world or the freedom of the sky. Their lives consist of battling to carry out missions of fighting against enemies known as Kyoru by riding robots known as FranXX. For these children, riding the FranXX is their existence. One day, a mysterious girl named 02 appears before one of these children who has lost meaning in his existence, as the once prodigy has lost his skill in piloting. Anime by A1 Pictures and Trigger. This starts airing on January 13th. A second season of Saiki Kusa no Sainan, Saiki Kusa no Sainan 2, or you might better know it as The Disastrous Life of Saiki K, made by JC Staff and Egg Firm. This starts airing on January 17th. Nanatsu no Bitoku, translated as the 7 Heavenly Virtues. Set in the same timeline as Shin Nanatsu no Taizai, or the 7 Mortal Sins, Nanatsu no Bitoku follows a group of angels sent from heaven to look for a potential savior to counterattack the demonic influence being spread by Lucifer and other emissaries of hell. Made by Bridge. This starts airing on January 27th. Fate Extra Last Encore. Waking up in a strange virtual world with no recollection of the past, Hakuno finds himself forced to fight for survival in a war he does not understand for a prize beyond value, the opportunity to have one's wish granted. With only an enigmatic servant or red saber by his side, Hakuno Kishinami will have to face both friends and foes in battles to the death in order to not only gain possession of a mysterious object known as the Holy Grail, but also to find out who he is. Made by Shaft. This series starts airing on January 28th. That is it for the series. With this, I'll be moving on to this season's films. Touken Ranbu Hanamaru, Makurai Kai Sodoku, with Makurai Kai Sodoku meaning Interlude Reminiscence, is a film that recaps the TV anime series. And made by Dogoku, but this premiered on December 1st.
Touken Ranbu Hanamaru, Makurai Kai Sodoku.
Donten ni Warao Gaiden, Kitsubetsu Yamainu no Chikai. This film will be the adaptation of the spin-off manga of the main story that includes stories not told in the original manga, including some from the past and some from the future. And made by Wit Studio. This premiered on December 2nd.
Kitsubetsu Yamainu no Chikai.
Girls in Panzer Sai Shusho, also called Girls in Panzer Das Finale, is a 6-part film finale of the Girls in Panzer film. The first part premiered on December 9th. This project will be animated by Actus. Yokai Watch Movie 4 Shadow Side, Onio no Fukkatsu. What else is there to say except that it's the 4th Yokai Watch movie, and made by Oriental Light and Magic. This started premiering on December 16th. Chunibyo Demo Koigashitai, Take On Me, or the English title Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, Take On Me. The movie will feature a new story where Yuta and Rika are on their 3rd year of high school. One day in spring, Toka declares that she will take Rika to Italy with her, as her job has stabilized there and thinks they should migrate together as a family. Toka is also worried about Rika not being competent enough to advance to universities in Japan. The gangs from the club suggest to Yuta, who doesn't want to be separated, to elope with Rika, and made by Kyoto Animation. This film premieres on January 6th. Full Metal Panic Movie 2, One Night Stand, and Movie 3, Into the Blue is part 2 and 3 of the first Full Metal Panic television anime series. Animated by Gonzo, this premieres on January 13th for part 2 and January 20th for part 3.
Fullmetal Panic Director's Cut.
Mazinger Z Infinity is a new Mazinger Z anime that will be the sequel to the 1970s TV anime series. Koji has followed his father and grandfather and now walks the path of a scientist. A new encounter, a new threat, and a new fate awaits humanity. Animated by Toei Animation, the Japanese release will be on January 13th.
Mazinger Z Infinity.
Shingeki no Kyojin Movie 3, Kakusen no Hoko, or Attack on Titan War of Awakening, is a theatrical recap of the second season of the TV anime series. Animated by Wit Studio, this premieres on January 13th.
私にマフラーを巻いてくれてありがとう。
Uchu Senkan Yamato, Nisen Nihaku ni Ai no Senshitachi Movie 4, Tenmei-hen, will be animated by Zebek and premiere on January 27th. Macross Delta Movie, Gekijo no Wakure, is a film compiling scenes from the television anime with new scenes to tell a different story. It will maximize the storytelling potential of the shorter runtime at a larger medium, or so they say at least. It will also have at least one new song. Animated by Satellite, this film premieres on February 9th.
劇場版マクロスデルタ劇場のワルキューレ
Kogiya Sangaku no Lelouch, or Lelouch of the Rebellion 2, Hondo, is the second of 3 films compiling the TV anime series. Animated by Sunrise, this premieres on February 10th. And lastly, Sayonara no Asani, Yakusoku no Hana o Kazudo, translated as Let us adorn the morning of farewells with promised flowers. The story begins with Makia, who is from a family where all the members stop aging in their mid-teens. She has no parents, and although her days are peaceful, she feels lonely. Their peace is shattered when an army invades, seeking the secret to her people's immortality. Lelia, the most beautiful girl in her clan, is taken away, and the boy Maki has secret feelings for disappears. Maki is able to escape, but she loses her friends and her home. Wandering alone in the forest, she finds Erio, a baby boy who has lost his parents. The story follows the changing relationship between the two as Erio grows up and Makia does not. The anime film will be Mari Okada's debut as director, who is known for her screenwriting and works such as Anohi Mita Hana no Namae o Bokutachi wa Mada Shiranai, or Anohana for short, Toradora, and Nagi no Asakara. Surely this will truly be a touching story to experience. Known for the stunningly beautiful animation, this film will be animated by PA Works and premiere on February 24th. As always, I keep saying the same thing, but I hope you found this helpful in deciding what you want to watch for this season. If you want to see more of these later, or perhaps even videos by a certain anime mentioned in this video, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
別れの一族と大丈夫絶対に忘れないから